We will seek friendship and goodwill with the nations of the world, but we do so with the understanding that it is the right of all nations to put their own interests first.
We'll be talking about the importance that the relationships each of you have with counterparts south of the border is going to be in ensuring that everyone on both sides of the border understands the importance of continuing to work constructively.
We would not be in the fortunate position we're in, where we rank in our cities as the most livable in the world, if we were not next door to the United States, who's our biggest customer. And so the maintenance of those relationships for that and other reasons is crucial. And again, it takes people of goodwill on both sides to do that, and I think the goodwill will be there on the Canadian side, and I think we'll see what happens on the other side.
I'm Cormac Sweeney, Parliament Hill Bureau Chief for City News and Rogers Radio. Now, this is not just a big day for American politics, but for Canadian politics as well. A lot of people in Ottawa keeping their eye on that inaugural speech from Donald Trump, and there's something concerning about what he said there, specifically his America First message on trade and defense, and those words, "Buy American." Joining me now is Maclean's Ottawa Bureau Chief John Geddes. John, why is that concerning?
Right. Buy America, or Buy American, is not a new phrase for Canadian governments. They've been grappling with it for many administrations, including the Obama administration, when infrastructure spending was being stepped up after the 2008-2009 recession. There were Buy America clauses for stuff like iron and steel in projects that were getting U.S. government money. Canada complained. There have been various disputes, sometimes taking WTO, the World Trade Organization, sometimes just bilateral talks. But this is interesting because it might be hard for Donald Trump to get NAFTA opened, to do whole-scale trade changes. But if he brings in a major infrastructure program, which he's promised to, and he cuts out Canadian products from being part of that, well, that's an immediate and understandable problem for Canadian policy.
All right, so some economic worries there for our country, but Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, in congratulating Donald Trump in his statement today, did address the issues of trade and defense and trying to make sure that our borders stay open.
Yeah, interesting wording there in the Prime Minister's congratulations. Not just congratulations, Mr. President, Canada loves America, but more like, hey, remember, we have integrated economies. Trade and investment flows, robust trade and investment flows between the two countries are important. So Trudeau sending a very clear signal that he's not just saying, we wish you well, but we wish you well in shoring up what is a very intimate and interconnected continental economy.
You've written a lot about what Trudeau is doing to try and make sure Canadian interests are protected. So what is the government doing?
It's really got three elements: organization on the ground, cabinet ministers redeployed, and then finally we have to see what kind of a relationship Justin Trudeau can orchestrate with Trump himself. That part's an unknown.
All right. I think both of us will be reporting quite a bit about the new Trump policies and how they impact Canada. Thank you very much. Maclean's Ottawa Bureau Chief John Geddes, and I'm Cormac Sweeney, Parliament Hill Bureau Chief for City News and Rogers Radio in Ottawa.